Hey guys, welcome back to Yoke and Spoke. Been a very long time. Apologies for that. Life just keeps getting in the way. It's not my paid job, this one, so sometimes it takes a back seat. Anyways, big changes in the fleet. I actually have sold the Kona SE, and I'm still sad about that. And I've actually, instead of building a bike, I had a bit of spare cash from that sale and another bike, so I ended up buying myself a giant Revolt Advanced 2 2024 model. Yes, I've gone back to carbon. So I'm going to give you a brief look at the build and take it for a bit of a spin. I've been riding it for a bit now and I have made some modifications, and there's certainly been some things about this bike that I have not liked, and I'm still not fully connected with it. Got some more things coming to hopefully make it fit properly, but it's not quite right. Anyways, let's check it out, and also I'll show you we're actually in Newcastle, down on the foreshore. Check it out. Big cruise liner there, just came in this morning, as a matter of fact. Haven't seen one for ages. There are people everywhere downtown. Let's get a look at the beast. Okay, so it's black. And initially I was like, yeah, black, not sure, but I'm actually growing into it. It's got a bit of a sparkle in it, like a lot of bikes these days. And it's got just this little bit of highlight here behind the fork and giant, so nothing too out there. Okay, so let's have a look at the build. So it came with a 2x12 Shimano GRX, and the crankset was actually an FSA, and I've not liked that crankset, so I've actually swapped that out yesterday for a GRX. And what else? The handlebars, yeah, the defizz giant bars, I don't like them at all. They didn't do anything, they were really uncomfortable, they had minimal flare and still had a large drop. So I've put on my beacons, Ritchie beacons, which I will be swapping out for some Ritchie Correlatas very soon, waiting for them to come. So I found that the stack on this isn't quite working for me, so I just want to get a bit of a higher stack there. And also what didn't work, they had a 20mm offset seat post, so it was really stretched out, so I've swapped that out for a 0 offset. As you can see, I'm still pretty forward there. I've got a build that has a short torso, so I do like a high stack and a relatively short reach. And that's one of the problems I'm having with this thing right now. I've put on the carbon wheel set that I already had, which were a giant CXR2. I'm running a Pirelli 45mm on the back, the Centurado M 45mm, and on the front I've actually got a Terravale Rutland 45mm. So a little bit more grip on the front, nice and smooth on the back. Not a bad combo. So there's a bit of a brief look at it, at that form right now with the pedals and pump and everything, and the spare kit on it. Come in at around 10 kilos. So I'm guessing around 9 kilos with the carbon wheels. It's no lightweight machine for sure, but certainly dropped a couple of kilos off the Kona. Okay, let's take it for a spin. I'm going to cruise along the foreshore here. There's a little bit of gravel segment across the water. One thing I've really struggled with is the defizz seat post. It's been creaking a lot. I've tried so many things to fix it, and there's still a slight little creaking sound. I thought it was the cranks. Swap them out. That's looking like it's the seat post. Giant, bad idea. To stick with the D-shaped frame. So if I can't get this creak out, I'll probably have to go for a round post, which is frustrating because the D-few post does have quite a good bit of flex in it. So I haven't actually done much gravel riding on it, a little bit, but mainly had the road wheels on it. And as a road bike, it's great. Bikes along, keeps up with everybody in the group. Comfortable and fast. So for a one bike do all, it's good in that regards. It's nice and light. With the road wheels, it's probably under 9 kg. And then you can just flip on these other wheels and it becomes a gravel beast. And the gravel rides that I have done, it does actually get along pretty fast. Alright, so a little gravel patch here. So it is pretty smooth. On the rough stuff. And I do like this tyre combination. The Rutland, whilst it's got a pretty knobby, it's actually pretty fast rolling. And of course, the Pirelli is a great tyre in its own right, front or back. But I'll probably put the Goodyear connectors back on, 50 mils. Still think it's the perfect width. 45 is probably a bit faster, but not that much. So I'm just going to get a shorter stem. I'm already down to a 60 mil, but it still feels a little long. So I'm going to try a 45. And the Ritchie bars actually have a 15 mil rise in them. So I'll be doing a nice review on those. Got a shorter reach. I've mainly been riding on the SRAM Rival and Apex drivetrains, and I do prefer those hoods. The Shimano's are long. They really stretch you out, and I haven't found them that comfortable on the hands, to be honest. They're actually a bit too small. Whereas, yeah, the SRAM's just got a nice grip, it's shorter. Just worked with my hands better. But I wanted a 2x, and GRX is it. So I'm running a 1136 on the back, 12 speed. So unfortunately with 12 speed, you can't, it's very hard to get like a 4211 cassette, which I think this one needs, because I could do with another gear. It's got a 3148 on the front, so 48's great for the road, and the 31's pretty good for the hills, but I'm coming from a 22 front to 42 rear for my Kona, so that's actually a big difference. I'm just going to have to get stronger, I guess. So yeah, the Giants, the Carbon's lacking personality. I gotta say, I'm missing the steel ride. Something in it. It was quiet, hummed along nicely, it's comfortable. Sure, I didn't have the get up and go of this bike, but for all the I don't do that many group rides on the road, so do I need a super fast bike? I'm not sure. Verdict's out, guys, verdict's out. Is it time to explore titanium or just stick with the steel? So all in all, yeah, it is a good bike, the Giant Revolt. Do get a little bit of toe overlap, and when I put 50 on, 50mm tyres, it'll be a lot worse. But that's also got a bit to do with my shoes having the cleat way back. Possibly with a normal cleated shoe it'd be okay. So lots of nice bike tracks in Newcastle. So it's got a pretty low bottom bracket, the Giant, as well. I think it's 80mm. So the cranks that came with it were 172.5. I've gone back to 170s. It's my preferred length. But I have hit the pedals a few times. Cornering, you've got to be real careful there. All right, here we go. We're back in the dirt. So really trying to love this bike. But this so far, haven't quite bonded. So I'll make a few more changes and see how it goes. But I think what's really important with the gravel bikes is what do you actually intend to do? Race, want to go fast, or just going out primarily by yourself or with a mate, not trying to break records, just having fun. And the Kona actually fit that bill, and for me I just need that taller stack. I'm realising so we'll play around, see if we can get this thing to become the dream machine. Yeah, I will do a little video on the seat post with the shim, because that little setup is really badly designed, I think. It's like almost like an afterthought, the shim. Okay, here we go. Gotta tweak a little bit. Nice. It has got good pickup, I'll give it that, and that lightness certainly helps with these little pinches. Maybe I'm just being fussy or too spoilt, not sure, but they've built up a lot of gravel bikes now and got a fair idea. I originally was going to go to the medium large and get a much better stack. Only 4mm difference in reach, and the bike shop talked me out of it. So, lessons to be learnt there. But Couldn't actually test ride the bike. There was none in stock. Oh, big lizard there. Look at that big fella. Oh, lost his tail. Goanna, oh, another one. Aussie bush. Pretty special. And this is in town, middle of Newcastle, this bush. Yeah, no, it's feeling pretty good now. I think the bars and the stem are going to make a big difference. And the Shimano system shifts a lot easier and quicker than the SRAM. SRAM is very clunky. These are the 50 centimetre beacon bars. I'm going to go back to 46, but the Correlatus have actually a bigger flare, more back sweep. I have found these bars, because they've got the 31.6 here all the way across, tend to be pretty stiff. Not much give in them, so they can get a bit harsh on the hands after a while. Although I didn't have that problem with the Kona, so maybe it's the carbon forks. I think that's what this bike's exceptionally good at, just fairly smooth gravel, undulating, great on the road. Certainly a lot faster on the road than the Kona. Extra 2.5 kg of weight of the steel frame, big difference. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. How's that, folks? All right, let's continue on. These Ritchie bars are so great on the drops. Really transforms the gravel bike. The extra width and the flare and the shallow drop. If you're riding a gravel bike with narrow bars, with the normal handlebars, you really need to think about changing to gravel bars. Makes such a big difference. I must say, I'm enjoying this rig today. Maybe I just haven't done enough gravel. Whoops. Don't normally come this direction. Super comfortable, I've got to give it that. Oh, another goanna. Look at that fella. Certainly is fast. A bit of a tricky bit coming up. Oh, goannas everywhere. Oh shit. Oops. Yeah, so I'll get a little bit of bloody toe rub there. That was fun. Now we got a big hill. It's been a fun ride here today. It's actually been my most fun ride on the Giant, and what I did today was pretty perfect for this bike. Bit of everything, and it's fast in all those areas. It is comfortable, and I am starting to make a bit of a connection with it. I'll get the stack up a little bit higher, get the reach a little bit shorter, get rid of that creaking post. That is such a bad design. You can see the water getting down into the seat tube there, so that's not great. So I think I'm going to have to go the round post, which defeats the whole purpose of having the defuse. But anyways, I don't like creaking. I'll have a go at fixing it, but I've already been trying for like ever. I've had it for 3 months now. So yeah, I haven't still done a really big gravel ride. Really looking forward to testing it out up at Crendai on my regular gravel loop to see how she goes. But really happy with the Terravale Rutland tyre. That's a fantastic tyre, as is the Pirelli. It's a really good combination, I gotta say, but I would like to go 50 mils, so I'll go with them a bit longer. And it'd be good to try the Giant with the 50 mil, because it's supposedly can take up to 53 mil gravel tyres, so we'll test that out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you're still subscribing, the content's been a little bit slow of late, but I'm hoping to get a bit more coming along now. So I'll see you next time. Take it easy, ride safe.